Hey, the YouTube is out here with another neurosama ARG reaction. Today we got public static void. Let's get right into it, shall we? Hit it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is like with every ARG video. It's just gonna make me feel different things. God damn it. You can hear, you can sense the bleeding of depression, bro. It's just the vibe, you feel me? And honestly, I'm here for it. I'll stop pausing as much. I'm not gonna lie, brother, if I'm gonna have to go an in-depth introspective of my own journey here, we're gonna be here for hours. I'm not gonna do that. But at the same time, as I understand, like the ARG videos or the ARG songs, it's like weird. It's like, it's one of those things of like, in Harry Potter, you have the Horcruxes, the idea of like a soul being embedded into like different objects because if you do some evil stuff to them, basically, or you kill people. But I'm getting the same vibe here with the ARG videos where basically it's like Vidal puts like a part of his soul, part of his story into it. And sure, it is about solving the puzzles, which I did realize after looking at like the ARG, like the actual like reaction to the ARG so far back then. So that being said, it does still feel like, Vidal's emotional state being captured in small pieces, which to be fair, I'm guessing he's a lot happier now, getting the success he deserves, 100%. But this part right here is definitely haunting. We'll replay it again. I'm gonna start cutting it up from there. Basically, I think that's the best place to start. It's not as often as people think that you don't belong to be in a group of friends. You don't get to, or like it's almost like people trying to say like it's not my place to say if I can have a group of friends. If I have a group of friends, I'm happy. But then some people don't go out of their way to talk to new people. You feel me? At the same time, you're using that to basically justify the fact that, hey, I don't have any new friends. Now, are there exceptions to this? Sure. Like people who really are introverted, who really have like an anxiety in like social situations, completely understand. But in which case, it's kind of like you go outside of your comfort zone to even talk to one person, which I understand. But for the vast majority of people who you just don't go and talk to new people because I'm like, you know what? I'm too cool for this, ain't gonna talk to someone else. And then don't be surprised if, you don't have a huge group of friends, you feel me? But in this case, life being on repeat, being on the same loop over and over again, just being monotonous, and then not having any new people walk into your life, basically, adding some spice or flavor, you feel me, is just, I can imagine how bland that feels like. And especially, no offense taken to UK weather, which is basically just raining and just gray all the time. I can imagine that. No offense. But at the same time, even in college, it's like, it's not, at least from personal experience, it's not far off to imagine people who are like the loner, like the person who didn't want to be part of the group, who just basically want to just do their own thing, just basically be by themselves and be happy. Like that's, and the thing is, loneliness by itself is not necessarily a bad thing. As much as society likes to basically say, oh my God, you can't be lonely at any single point in time. Not the case. Being lonely is fine. It's okay. The only problem is There are few people in the world who can tolerate being lonely, but there are only a few people who can live with it. You feel me? Like live for years with it. Because the thing about loneliness is, it's not a thing you got to go through like 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. It's a long enough process that I think there have been scientific studies done that basically prove that if you're lonely for way too long a period of time, your brain rewires itself in a way to just get, to help you get used to the fact that you're not talking to a lot of people. Like you become socially inept. Like sure, you can retrain your brain by talking to more people, but generally speaking, that is terrifying. Your brain adapts constantly every day, trying to keep you in like the optimal performance level. You feel me? So if it feels like you're taking it, if it senses you're being taken out of the loop, it's going to rewire itself, bro. That is crazy work. On top of the fact, if you're really good at doing something, and some people are like really smart at it, they just don't like talking to people. They're like, bro, y'all a bunch of idiots. You feel me? It's just like, nah, I ain't dealing with this anymore. And they just go back home, eat chips, drink a soda. You basically put YouTube on and just start coding randomly, and then just start building apps. Casually makes like a solid company, sells it for like $1 million, becomes self-sufficient by like, early 20s, and then has no idea what to do with the rest of their life. Believe me, that's not an impossible story to hear, but at the same time, it is kind of depressing to think about it. That being said, what could you do to avoid it? Simple. Talk to people. If you're in a situation outside of college, because I think college and high school are some of the best years to make a lot of friends. If you enter your adult life, I think one of the downsides is, people don't really try becoming your friends purely platonically. I mean, not necessarily in like the romance or love sense necessarily, but even people like, looking at you from like an economic or financial perspective, how well you're doing, or like, it's almost never making true friends after college as easy. You feel me? There's almost always like a catch-22 of like something attached to it. You feel me? So I can see how difficult the circumstance is, but it's not impossible. You can definitely go outside for hobbies, for clubs, go to different places and basically, mingle with a lot of new people, see when you have common hobbies, common friends, do things that, help you build the community of friends around you, bro. You know what it is. Because sometimes when people say, some people would say like, I don't see a point in making all those friends. Believe me, it's not the point of making friends that matter. There may come a time in your life when you actually need help. And unfortunately, if you have a small or big group of friends that you can trust and rely on, that's a good thing. Friends are always going to be with you through your life. And it's one of those downsides where people say, but I have family. And the thing is, sure, it's like when people say blood's thicker than water. I understand that. I love my family. I don't think I'm in one of the few lucky cases where I don't have as much family drama, to be fair. But always having a group of friends is important, because at the end of the day, more often than not, the older you get, you're more than likely going to have a more collected group of friends around you than you're going to have necessarily your family around you. You feel me? I think the older I get, I think there's some weight to that wisdom that's starting to settle down. I apologize for yapping, but I have a very sinking feeling the next 3 minutes are just going to be about fetal depression. You feel me? So I'm prepping myself for it. Let's continue.
Somehow I long for something new. La, la, how does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be the only one? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be so far from home?
To be so far from home is an interesting line. I can imagine that for sure. I mean, I feel like this would be a bit more personal for like students or people who literally aren't part of their home country anymore. I mean, if you're from the U.S., you're from like the Western world. I mean, typically you'd live in your home country, you'd stay in your home country, you'd get educated in your home country, and you'd work in your home country. But I'm guessing for immigrants or expats, it basically comes to a situation of like you move away from a certain country, you leave your group of friends, the people who you love dearly behind. You go to a completely different country, you try building from scratch, from grassroots. And then even if you become like somewhat semi-successful, you're still lacking like the family and the friend structure you once had. And you try rebuilding it that here, but then you're still missing home, and you're always going to have the sense of being homesick. You feel me? So people always say home is where the heart lies, but reality is the more time you've spent in a place, the more it becomes like home. You feel me? And it gets harder the longer you spend away from it. And that, I think that's like a personal experience I think a lot of people can relate to be honest. Which is interesting because I think for the entire video so far, it's you're either smiling, frowning, and then glitching on screen. Because she's herself is like unsure of her emotions almost. Okay. Okay, to be fair, I know from like the actual like, the ARG reaction, like yes, the golden ratio, they're all clues and hints to the puzzle. So yes, there is that component to the video as well. Fair enough.
Put myself another test. Someone please help me feel erased. All of this stress still stuck in bed. Someone pull me out of this. Never ending life still stuck in loop. All of these years that I've been loose. Sticky this world can't execute. Someone pull me out of this. I don't belong with all the rest. No, 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 no. Somehow I long for something new. La, la. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be the only one? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be so far from home? I don't belong with all the rest. No, 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 no. Somehow I long for something new. La, la. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be the only one? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be so far from home? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be the only one? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to be so far from home?
Yeah. I don't even know if I should be clapping at it or if I should be, gagging at it. No freaky, no diddy, no pause, YouTube, please. But generally, the song hits different. You feel me? It really is a different vibe. Definitely is from a more depressing part of the soul. You feel me? Not necessarily a part that's given up, but more of a part that's kind of realizing the issues and the problems in the first place, which is good. Psychologically, it's always a good thing to recognize that there's a problem first before you try finding a solution for it. From the puzzle side, I'm guessing there's so many pieces and like evidences from there that I think the swarm are already picking out. You guys already figuring out the puzzle, like things you need to pick up from this, okay? From the video. I get it. From the obvious lyric side, the depressing side, yes, it is something different, yo. This is Vidal at his most deep, you feel me? Speaking through someone else. Almost still enacting the fact that he feels alone, you feel me? Pause. Like, it's not even like the argument of like you being at the top so that you have no one else around you and hence you're alone and hence you're by yourself. But more as much as I think, looking at when this song came out, which long time ago, compared to basically how neurosama and evilneuro is right now, you got so much more addition into the Beetleverse, into the neuroverse, and you got all these like VTubers coming in, like just basically just to hang around neurosama, bro. I think, quite honest, I think whether for better or for worse, I think Vidal's in a much better place now because of what he's been able to build. Because quite frankly, Man believed in himself and put his like blood, sweat, and tears into building neurosama. You feel me? And at the end of the day, we out here on the other side. You know, we're all part of the neuroverse, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, you are being incorporated into the swarm as we speak. Yes, I am minting you. Yes.
Get bented.
Is that how is it get binted or get bented? Is that how people say it?
Binted? Boat go binted? Boat goes binted?
Anyway, not the point. I digress. What do I think about the song? Song is a solid 8.4 to 8.8 out of 10. Not in the 9s because of the voice and a couple of other little discrepancies. But generally, for how good it is lore-wise and how intricate it is in the grand puzzle that is neurosama and Vidal's heart, you feel me? It gets its fair dues. Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, Vidal, don't be sad. Be happy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you beautiful bastards in the next one. Peace. Take care. Nice.